I truly believe that the Lord uses everything. And so for me, what I see that as is opportunity for really getting back to the basics of what our party stands for and really be able to have this cohesive understanding of this is how we can be better prepared for 26, 28.
That was Erica Kirk, the infamous Erica Kirk, speaking on the current infighting between the right and the woke right, between the right side of politics. This is the same Erica Kirk whose husband was just murdered, what, 3 months ago? This is the Erica Kirk speaking specifically towards the Nick Fuentes crowd, the Tucker Carlson crowd, the Candace Owens crowd. She's saying she believes this is all going to be working out for good. She likes the direction this is going because it's going to make us better and stronger as a right wing. Now, this is interesting because I've been pretty critical of Erica Kirk, but I was pretty interested in what she had to say here. This clip was very interesting. You don't want to miss it. I'm your host, Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. I'm super excited you're here. Click all the buttons down below if you haven't already. If you like seeing what's going on in the world, seeing clips, hit like, hit subscribe, share, comment, turn on notifications, do it all. I bring you clips like this every single day because you truly deserve to know what is happening in this world. What are the big names saying? What is truly going on? I want you to know, I want you to see, and that's why I want you to like and subscribe. But let's go and dive into this clip right now.
Wanting to seek truth. What I find interesting about our party is that right now there is a lot of shuffling and mixing up. And I feel like when things are shuffling and mixing up, they're falling into place in a different way.
What do you mean by shuffling and mixing up?
I mean like infighting.
Yes. Who are you talking about?
Well, I mean, you can just pick out whatever name, but when there's infighting just in general, I'm not talking about extensively just politicians. I'm talking about just in general, whether that's influencers, whether that's other voices within the right. There's a lot of...
Did you hear that? Whether that's influencers or other voices in the right. They start saying some names here in a second, specific names, but she's already alluding to it. She's already saying there's a lot of infighting going on. There's a lot of this interconnection. We know what this fighting is truly about. Ultimately, it comes down to supports a certain country and doesn't support a certain country. That's really the what I'm gonna call the schism between the party. And we saw how this affected the midterms. We saw how the Republicans got smashed. They underperformed everywhere. Even in red places, even in blue places, they underperformed. So this is important to understand. This isn't just politicians talking. Most people don't even listen to politicians anymore. They go listen to a commentator. They listen to an influencer. They listen to me. They listen to Nick. They listen to Tucker. They listen to Candace. That's where they get their politics from. They're not listening to Trump or to Ted Cruz, or to Marco Rubio. They're not listening to these big name people. They listen to people like her husband, like Charlie. They listen to influencers and commentators. She understands the importance in that. She understands how important these people are to pushing politics forward. The oncoming of social media and of YouTube and Rumble and all these places, it means that there's more access to more information than ever before. Now, the hard part is shuffling through that information, which is what I try to do to make it easy for you on this page. Let's dive into the rest of this clip now.
Uprising. But there's also something, and again, this goes back to my faith, and I just am going to preface this from the standpoint of, I truly believe that the Lord uses everything. And so for me, what I see that as is opportunity for really getting back to the basics of what our party stands for and really be able to have this cohesive understanding of this is how we can be better prepared for 26, 28. I think it's good to have in-home arguments. It irons some things out. I think it's important.
But is that in the influencer crowd, you think, or the political crowd? Is this the Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson debate we're talking about?
I'm talking about everything.
Okay.
I'm talking about there is ever since Charlie was murdered, there has been conversation across the whole right side of Who believes this? What believes that? Where are we standing on half of, where is the youth going this direction? It's a conversation that's being had that is, again, uncomfortable and riling things up. But I think it's healthy because once you have those conversations, then you come to a full point, and maybe it takes a little while, but usually you come to a point of understanding of this is what we believe in.
What?
This is what we believe in. That's the point we have to come to. She's saying all of this infighting, all of this argument is for good. She actually isn't even shutting down the Nick Fuentes crowd. That's pretty wild stuff. And maybe it's because Nick has not spoken about a certain country potentially killing Charlie, especially as openly as I have. But what she's saying is she believes this is truly working out for the better. I'm curious as to exactly what she meant, or if she's very, what would be the word here? Very false fronting, or just sort of saying words without really meaning it to get people to like her. Because we know that she kind of likes to fake tears to make people like her. She puts the little tears in her eyes so she can wipe tears away. So I'm still not bought out on Erica. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not bought out, but she at least is saying, you know what? This is all gonna work out. This is all for the good. Let's see where the youth goes. Well, I'll tell you, Miss Erica, I'll tell you, all you watching, the youth is not going to what the GOP has been. The youth is not going that way. We are going to a strong Christian belief that is real Christianity, not this soft Christianity. The youth is coming up with a strong Christian belief, wanting to make strong men who oppose Israel. That's what the right wing is looking like right now. That's why people like Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens are more popular than ever, because that's what the youth wants. They want this strong sentiment. They want this strong fight for good. They want to see America be put first, finally. We want strong borders. We want no more H-1Bs. Because what we see is we've gotten this large example group of what happens within normal politics. You know what it means for us? I'm only 25. You know what it means for us? It means it's next to impossible to buy a house. It's next to impossible to make ends meet. Right now, you have to make, a middle-class family with 2 kids, in order to be comfortable in this state, takes $212,000 a year. Do you make that much? I don't. I sure don't. But do you? To be comfortable? Meanwhile, 70 years ago, one guy, you could go out, work a blue-collar job, and come back home to a 4,000 square foot house and 17 kids. If we're being honest. So what happened? What people group caused that? What political ideologies caused that? How did immigration affect that? That's the questions that the youth are asking. And that's why these other people, these other influencers on the right who are causing the break, causing the crack, are correct in their sentiments, saying this is what we have to do to bring this nation back to its glory, to actually help this nation. That's why this is so important. That's why her sentiment is incredibly important, and potentially saying, you know what, let's just see what they got to say. And in the wake of her husband's death, let's just see what these other people are going to say and do. There's a lot of fighting, but it's going to work out for the best. If you like clips like this, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Every single day, I'll bring you clips like this. I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. You deserve to know these things. You deserve to hear them, to understand them, to dive into them, to know what is happening in the world right now that they don't want you to know about. I hope y'all have a great day.